We'll see that in the middle as we go to the bands. And then the loser of the first map will be able to pick the second map to see if they can get an advantage in their play style in their game.
And shout out to Team Liquid and DSG for putting a banner on these players to be invited out for the launch of this amazing game. And this is something unlike any of the games that these guys have come from, and this has really been a tough learning curve. So Falcon will be Team Liquid's first ban.
Yeah.
DSG talking amongst each other.
Eye of Misra, knowing Panaka is liked by Sliggy and a few members of the team. Inferno. So they take out the tank killer. Both teams are going to be able to have pretty strong presence on the points now.
And I think it's good to have your first official match, your first game, where you're going to just center around the ultra heavies. This is going to be the most forgivable composition to learn the game around, but you still got to maybe incorporate something DPS, a medium to a light attacker around that. And you got an Aquila matchup between Hydron and FRT. Hydron has been putting the hours into Aquila.
It's going to be a good match. What do you, Lumine? Okay, Lumine on both sides. Didn't see Mayumi's for a second. I was like, I know we have one, though. Is this? Yeah, it looks like a mirror as we get into this one. Really cool stuff. Lumine least in this. And then the Welkins there in the Tricera. I like the way disguise. I mean, Liquid's done it, too, with their outfits, but the change in the skirt, it's still blue and white. But, man, the gold suits here coming out of disguised. The clown face and the TV head. You can see how much you can change your pilots. You can mess with your strikers and their paints and their patterns. And you can make them look all scratched up like you've been at war for a year. So let's get in this. We're going to be at war for a little bit here on Eye of Misra, as we'll see just off to our left. That storm is rolling in.
And this is a tough map to start on because you have to escort objectives. You have to figure out when to go for the key grab.
Yeah.
You have to protect the key carrier while it's being uploaded. So it's not going to be a simple road to start on.
All right. Is it the kill tactic? Is it the cap tactic? Do they go for keys or they go for the eliminations here to increase the death timers and then make it all too easy? Like you said, uploading 5 points a tick, 15 points when you get to key there for getting the 3 sections, but you can be stopped and you can be harassed on the way. We are on to Eye of Misra, Team Liquid versus DSG for our final series of the day.
And I wonder how many times they've actually played this map and how they're going to react to the pulse storm that may arrive in a few minutes. But FRT has been the big IGL for Team Liquid. 2 quick kills already as Team Liquid are not slowing down at all.
Yeah, fast coming in. Bobkin's already got one in the Eliseness. Now you can see the speed, the attack, but he gets parried out on that one. And a top-down attack is unparryable after that. So we break up the fight a little bit. Look at the high ground here, gathered by the Stego, gathered by the Tricera to try and keep points on lockdown, but they're going to have to move. A is just about 60% spawned, and there has to be bodies there. This is bad for a Welkin to be chased by an Eliseness.
And sometimes the hardest part of this game is to just get reorganized and to pick your battles. Even when someone seems low, you never know what kind of backup will be around the corner. And there is your backup right now. Bobkin now just seeing that Welkin box continuing to disengage. DSG are getting a leg up. Great shot out of Hydron.
There's 2 and 9. Sam gets one for himself, too, so that's 2 in favor of DSG. Now, A is going to be grabbed. That's inside. It's going to be a brawl, and we'll have to see who's going to get themselves in. Your left screen shows it empty. The Corite crystals, the only things in there. But we do see a few members starting to take hold.
And do you want to grab this key while you're alone? Because if you die, that key disappears, and you have to start over. It doesn't get dropped and re-picked back up. So, False grabbing it, has some teammates, has Speedily, another GOAT from the FPS scene, and they're going to work together. These are longtime teammates.
Oh, he didn't go out the window. Boxes himself in with the Eliseness. Now he's going to get stunned up because Eliseness puts that armor back on, a little bit of a shockwave and invulnerability, and now False has to get out. Remember, Welkin has incredibly fast movement speed with just a single click if no target's in front, so that's the movement they need right now. He's stuck.
Oh, jeez, there's so many tanks in the way, and Bob gonna lose that armor and does not have the cooldown to get back in it. Will be able to get back in if they die, but that is a long respawn timer, and Team Liquid are suffering. DSG have a key still being escorted.
I respect this by DSG. Hardly ever do you see 5 escorting the key, but they are putting all the cooks in the kitchen right now to make this happen.
And you got your friendly Welkin box stopping everyone from going anywhere,
Oh
too.
my.
And Welkins, yes, limit the movement of your own teammates. So keep that in mind, folks. DSG about to upload.
Oh, he's gassed.
And Tifa, what a box to hit False, and the key carrier could die. False needs help.
Just a little bit more focus. It's all direct damage now. The shield is gone, but the box will come up. That's going to be huge. A little bit of the fluid shield now coming back for that help. And it's going to be about the spin to win now if they can get it. Great points cap by DSG, and they take a heck of a lead. C is already open.
Man, early MVP call for Juby to be able to heal that key carrier up, for False also to live inside of a Welkin box below half HP. Hats off to DSG for the first key cap.
Tifa down, so waiting to come back up on that Welkin. That's going to be a tough one to fight for the spot, but there should be enough time. And oh my God, Sliggy is just getting focused down right now. It's so tough. Not going to be able to move out of this situation. And there he goes. False with the assist there from Speedery.
DSG, incredible job of just understanding the win conditions, going for kills, then the objective. You don't want to tunnel on grabbing keys, and you want to play as grouped up as possible. DSG look very organized right now, despite a team that looked shaky coming into this tournament. But speedily now in this Tricera getting the backup of the whole team. Got the Stego shield right on top there, just all hugging each other. And Tifa has no fluid armor, has to escape. Bob is low too. DSG are looking to ace Team Liquid if they're not careful.
Yeah, and you can see that fluid regen armor up. The Stego, the Tricera still near each other, but this becomes tricky. Tricera is not fast. Tricera grabbed the key. That's not what you want. Yes, you capped it, but it is going to be so hard to get that thing over at 40 to 1 right now, though. I don't think DSG is too worried.
Yeah, maybe Slow and Steady wins the race. It's the turtle with the shell. If it just survives, it could still at least finish the race, and maybe that's all Team Liquid needs. They've only gotten 1 kill, no key uploads, and Speedily is going for a second objective. I didn't think DSG were going to diff them this hard.
These direct hits now, they need to get melee onto that Tricera as soon as possible. It's going to be in. You're not going to take out a Tricera on the point. That's another 15 points going the way of DSG.
Yeah, Speedily being so smart about bringing out his composite shields when he lost his fluid armor and just taking his time. DSG know they're in such an incredible lead, and it's only getting better. 73 with a key spawned up. Team Liquid, I like that they abandoned trying to take care of that key carrier and are deciding to take positions around B.
I love this positioning. You're right. Quick to the step. They have to do something before DSG does, but watch this. It is going to be the onslaught of DSG flying over. Here comes their cavalry as they descend onto B.
Tifa looks like the one that's going to be carrying it. The Tricera from DJ already getting challenged by a Welkin. And False is all up in their face, but is also getting disrupted. No health, no armor, and death to DSG.
That is going to be one down. Actually, big. Pulse is gone. Can they get the cap, though? Do they have Tifa up? They do, but is the box ready? Is the shield ready to stop the energy damage as well?
Oh, Hydron playing behind the shield is so smart, but DSG just rained fire down on Team Liquid that thought they could just poke and prod away. And this is the window of opportunity for DSG to grab the key and go for the win.
Those 2 double kills coming in from DSG. Their players are riding so high right now. And Dante actually gets a triple kill, so they're basically a full house right now on Team Liquid. One more, the full ace, just like you said.
Oh, how can you pull DSG apart from each other? Such great communication, great leadership out of Juby. They somehow have downloaded the meta, but how will the bans affect them going forward? DSG, though, in a decisive win off of kills, off of objectives as a team. DSG take map 1.
Yeah, I think they're very happy about that. Going smooth, and it does not look like they were bucked off for their strategy at all. Their trend worked the whole time. They didn't have to change anything, and they just said, hey, this is working. Keep killing X, we'll get double, we'll get triples, we'll ace everything and be done with it.
It was just like a school bus of strikers moving together. And I like that Hydron's Aquila got to just play with the tanks. I'm used to seeing Aquilas up in the sky, off on an off angle, just flying everywhere. And he got to stand still and focus on his shots. And that's how Hydron was able to get so many multi-kills. Easily my MVP.
Okay, I'll say that too.
Easy.
I mean, the cap points are going to bring it in, but I think that damage, that direct damage was incredible that they were able to do. A little scattered with moving the point. It just seemed like the coordination. We saw that first A key grabbed, and every member of DSG walking it out like it was the prized possession. And it was, but I have never seen that before. Usually somebody just dashes and goes, but they're like, no, I need my friends.
And that was so fast, we didn't even get to see a pulse storm. I wanted to kind of see how everyone reacted to that.
Yeah, the pulse storm denying everything.
Or whatever it was. And yeah, because in scrims, like, Team Liquid were sort of winning a lot of the scrims against DSG, at least from the couple that we saw.
Right.
But clearly, behind closed doors, DSG did not reveal all of their cards.
A little sandbagging, if you will. Yeah. And now they're ready to play, and that momentum is going to help into the second map. So we'll see the map we'll see the scores, the post-match results on that one, and then what our MVP is in just a second. But I am actually going to say there was a lot of damage, like you said, from the Aquila coming out. They were just able to crush.
Yeah, and our bans were what? Falcon and Inferno. And from what I know, DSG don't really play those. So I would say if you start poking and taking away Hydron's Aquila, what is that going to do to the team? Has he picked up another sniper? Falcon is a striker that takes a lot of time to master. So I don't think the Falcon ban was gonna affect them at all. But if they're forced onto something other than an Aquila, will they still be able to output as much damage? That's what I'm worried about.
I think that Liquid fell prey to the thing I did in one of our first games. Is that, okay, you took Falcon Sky priority out, there isn't much left. No, there's Aquila. That is still full Sky priority. And that is absolutely gonna tear your team apart if you don't have something to fight it.
Yeah, and if you take out both snipers, I don't think DSG are really going to play flyers too much.
Right.
But really just the organization is what really helped DSG thrive. And just playing around their Luminate, they kind of realized with the sort of AoE heals or just how playing around your Luminate, playing as a team, but how you can cause DSG to break apart. That's what Team Liquid needs to focus on.
What would you ban the Aquila then for Liquid?
I think so, 100%.
Right.
Maybe even take out one of the tanks. Just honestly ban anything DSG just played. And what is their backup plan? That's what I'm curious about.
True. I almost want to see the Inferno ban as well to see if Liquid puts together a comp without that, or if it was their strong suit. 1.8, almost 2 million damage from Sliggy, but on the other side, Juby coming through with the repairs, absolutely helping everybody out. That's huge.
Yeah. A lot of repairing, a lot of teamwork, and DSG that also just thrived in the kill feed department. Like, they were winning a lot of the neutral fights, which was, again, the respawns can be quite far sometimes, and when you play a lot of an ultra heavy or a heavy comp, you move slowly. Tricera MVP speedily was going for a lot of the objective. So that he uploaded 2 keys. So shout out to Speedily doing the Lord's work.
That is big. And wait, the Tricera, not so speedery, very slowery, capping keys? That's something crazy right there. That is cap. But it does work, and we see the power of Tricera. Like you said, slow and steady wins that race. And while it took forever to get over, the teamwork got it over the line.
We're getting a lot more Tricera MVPs than I expected. And this guy's been grinding the VODs, and he's quiet, but he's deadly.
Yeah.
And he's been touted as like a top DPS in other games, and easily been an MVP in the spotlight so many times. So he is the player to watch, and maybe the player you want to target ban. And to even put him on a Tricera is something that, you know, it's not a sniper. It's not something as difficult as some of the more glass cannons in this game. Speedily is still an incredible player.
Pro tip, Eye of Mizra. It's actually not that pro. when you exit A, top left side, there's a window. Go out that window. Don't wait for the door.
He's been screaming about this window,
Go
guys.
out the window!
Because there's like a car wash door that opens so slowly. There's a long hallway. I get lost through the hallways. I'm not even going to count.
Always steal the key, go out the left side, up and out. You're soaring. You're flying high, and nobody can catch you. But I like the teamwork way better. It's way cooler to see everybody do that and hold hands.
Now
Whistle while they work.
Team Liquid get the map choice coming up.
Yeah.
And they have to decide who do they want to target ban. Because how many strikers does DSG have in their bank? Crowd Sinkhole. What do you think?
I actually think that Liquid have this locked down, not for the win, but an idea that they get 2 and they cap with 2. The way they play their tanks is very sectioned off in that death ball. Couldn't get words. And then they usually have some annoying stuff fly to the other as well. I think transferring what is the Tricera, because DJ Knight's really good at knowing when he can get in and out of his turret form to be in a different position. So this might be a boon for them. It is their map pick. We'll see if it's something that Disguise likes even better, though.
Aquila has to be a must ban. I don't think you want to let any sniper sit back here. And this is a map that is very punishable around rotation. So how organized you are as a team, we saw in our last series, getting triple capped is no fun. And Panther is just, I think, a throwaway. They want to be able to play anything they want to. And Welkin to try and, I think, what is that, Dante's striker that he likes? So not having a Welkin, how does that affect DSG?
Right.
Oh, false,
yeah.
right.
I believe, if he does still take it. It's going to be big. Actually, not having the Welkin, everybody is forced to cap in the open now, which becomes the Tricera's job. So big looks on DJ Knight. What else? Disguise picks here. They're happy with the Aquila and the Lumine, but a Hurricane. Okay.
I think we heard whispers that they hadn't tried too much Hurricane, but they're gonna bring it out now. And now that Inferno isn't banned, I want to see how Tife gets to shine, because she's put in the work to really master Inferno, and that's gonna be the tank shredder, and that could be what makes Team Liquid force us to go to map 3.
It looks like FRTTT is waiting on this last pick to actually deliver something in, maybe Aquila for them, so they have a little bit more air dominance.
Narukami?
Okay, Inferno and Hurricane on the side of Disguise. That, oh my, they are going to be nuking some damage into this game, and Liquid's going to have to be ready. They almost have to be on the front of every fight and making the first moves.
Yeah, that's stealth from Narukami and not infinite. You have to be around the drones, and even when you grapple and stealth away, it is limited time. But hey, that window where you're in stealth, someone has to go and do other things. You don't want to just hunt down a Narukami all the time. So how you dip, dive, and dodge around the action and really just be annoying is going to be the key to Narukami, and how you apply that damage at long range. It's not just sneaking around.
Is FRT about to have the most calm game? What's flying around for DSG? I don't think they took much air. Okay, Hydron's there on the Aquila. Never mind. That's going to be painful. We forgot about that.
Yeah,
the one we almost thought was
Aquila.
MVP. Yeah. Cool sniper battle. I think one of the first we're getting here in our last match of the day. 2A point, gentlemen and ladies. We fight.
And the Hurricane going to be so important for that anti-ranged damage. If you want to try and cap a point. And now that there's no Welkin, like, how do you brawl close range? I'm not sure if we saw in the Leasness pick, there's maybe not a lot of melee options. So it's going to be a lot of range and a lot of up to a Hurricane to deny that.
Yeah, we have heavy brawlers and bruiser tanks in this one, and the heavy tanks themselves. You see the Inferno already on high ground right now from the side of DSG, just raining down, but they go back. The chest beam flies out. Good Lord. This is where Welkin would absolutely be the best to deny that energy, but it's not happening.
Oh, Mayumi is going to be out of the fight, so limited heals for Team Liquid. But when everyone's dead, I guess you don't really need it. Team Liquid got aced, and DSG have the middle point, so they're racking up the lead right now.
Yep. Just 2 points on that tick, as you see, going up. B and C are active. The the early part of the game really can't get too out of hand until these other ones get active. We see Bobkin breaking into Baby Aleseness, has the chance to re-armor up, but he's going to hold for now.
And now B and C have just been activated, as you heard, so what is going to be prioritized? What a quick capture from DSG. While Team Liquid were just aced, I believe. They capped
they're
that.
all spawning. Look at the map as they fly off towards the north side. They just spawned from that chasm in the back. They will get C, but this is troublesome now. 2 points held by the side of DSG. Does Liquid go to the outside ring of the map, or they go straight up the gut?
So you have a window where you can allow this to happen if you're Team Liquid, but you don't want to let the score start double, tripling, and more. Like, this is already a lead that is difficult for Team Liquid to come back from, but it is first to 1,000, so we got a lot of game left.
Looks like a lot of members from Liquid are trying to go around the outside, but they're not committing to too much right now. 4 of them towards that left. Are they diving in mid, or are they waiting to go towards B?
Mayumi is just trying to organize the team, keep Tife on her feet. Great heals out of the Lumine, but Team Liquid are operating down a player. DSG are low on fluid armor, but Team Liquid can't really press this advantage.
Looking for the Naru, whatever side of the map. Mayumi's right there in front as Dante just tries to harass. And this is not looking great with the way that DSG is now able to solo a few members off. It is causing this Team Liquid pack to have to move together to cap points, and they're already being stopped at C.
Well, just showing us the power of that Hurricane and the amount of damage they could do. Double cap from Team Liquid, and it's immediately denied by DSG. Man, Team Liquid are trying to split their forces. Someone's trying to sneak a cap on C for Team Liquid, while DSG are centered in the middle of the map.
That's all of them. Yeah, 6 in the middle of the map. This could be the BC hold, but Liquid needs to get their forces to the outside. They're not communicating it. They're still fighting for A. It doesn't need to happen.
Yeah, DSG like to play so grouped up that they're maybe going to have to think about splitting up and going for multiple objectives, but Hydron's got the picks. Maybe DSG only need kills to dwindle down Team Liquid.
And look at this fight. It's actually just trailing off to that southwest side. Really not too much towards the points, but that's because you still have Sam just trolling around, and he grabs one back for the team to bring him up.
It might be nice to just anchor one of the points, see if anyone's trying to sneak it around, but I like that DSG are setting up their base in the middle of the map and reacting to Team Liquid. They're not letting them double cap for more than a couple seconds, and now we get a triple cap from DSG.
Oh, 10 points ticking on each time. The pain continues to stack here as they're about to be 500 or 400 points up, 300 rather. Those numbers are hard. and back to A to see if they can split the map open.
This game is hard if you're Team Liquid. Like, they've only had a double cap for more than a few seconds, and now how do you deal with all the fires that are happening on this battlefield? When you get triple capped, you gotta focus on one thing at a time, or maybe just try to split DSG in 3. Now Team Liquid have got a double cap, but they still gotta come back by quite a gap in the score.
They still get that 2. But you see 6 on the side of Team Liquid now. So they're only making up 4 points on each tick here to DSG's. Back and forth. Mimu's trying to get the heals, but also be a distraction and get back to the team. You see the advanced healing on as the wings come out, and now it's back in, so back to all this normal.
DSG are splitting up to all 3 points, but are not winning their duels.
Wait a minute.
Team Liquid could be coming back if they can keep this up, but no, DSG 1 point B back.
It takes a moment of miscommunication or not calming that you're leaving a site. And yeah, back to BC. So DSG is always on the move, thinking of the next thing to do. And back to C goes Team Liquid.
DSG are comfortable holding the perimeter, and as soon as they get any fire, they're able to just anchor down. And not a lot of rotations from these slow heavies from DSG, but they got to sit comfortably, doubling the points of Team Liquid.
And a lot of times we go over to DSG, you can look at the top of the side when we're on their players and see their KDA, 103, a lot of zeros in the death column. So they have not been off the map, always being nuisance at either cap point, and we see that with Hydron, with False as well on that Stego on the other side.
It's a good adaptation from Team Liquid to pressure Hydron. He was left untouched for way too long. Hydron's not necessarily playing alongside a ultra heavy like he did in the previous map, so he's having his fluid armor succumb a lot faster. He's going to go by Sam's side to maybe patrol around B and see if they could sneak it away from Team Liquid as they rotate to the middle of the map.
he's still nailing the Stego. Just Hydron getting free damage left and right. This is what's taking down Liquid, is they can't react to the situation quick enough to deny that damage. 800 to 441 as we keep ticking up. That is 2 for Liquid, but it gets so close for DSG with each tick as well.
And you see that energy bar at the bottom. That is your mobility resource. If that goes down to 0, you are pretty much a sitting duck.
Yep.
And that is the danger zone. So T-Fei needs to be very, very careful being in the middle of the map with no fuel. Team Liquid trailing behind, able to get some double caps here and there, but it still ticks up even if you have one zone. So DSG on the horizon of a map and series win.
B is about to be a brawl. We can see a lot of teams going there, but they know they just took down Luminate towards A, and we see a few members of DSG dashing there. Shields go up, but can you defend against 2, Sam? This is going to be a tough one. Stego can only take so much.
Yeah, T-Fei can't seem to lock anyone down using this Inferno, and this was that tank melter we were talking about, and they target banned against her, but she's still struggling to just lock down everyone who's escaping her, and Sam just went invisible on the Narukami. Still some hits. Can T-Fei ever discover where that Narukami is? And also, Sam is so good at wasting her time, and she's not helping DPS elsewhere.
They have AB, which is fantastic, but you want to bolster AB. Let that Stego sit down there. Somebody with melee damage can get through direct. Don't worry about the shields. We got Mayumi back off of spawn. No deaths right now, but Bobkin is on the brink of death. And there he goes. 3 down for Liquid. This should be DSG capping hard.
Triple cap from Team Liquid. They're denying any points from being picked up from DSG, but False is going to end things. 3 down for Team Liquid. DSG got to cap these quickly, and a win for the series. And the next round available for DSG.
Just about an ace with what fell after even the spawns from Team Liquid came up. I think that's going to be enough. 2 now capped each time. 6 points going over to the favor of DSG. And they are sitting pretty here with looking at a 2-0.
Wow, I think just based off the scrim results, everyone thought Team Liquid was going to take the win here. DSG with a dominating victory, surprising us all with limited time to learn, but they mastered it through behind the shots from Hydron, the leadership from Juby and Dante, coming out with smiles for North America. But Team Liquid, this was a good starting match to figure out what comes next in the lower bracket.
It is. In a lot of the post-game screen, a lot of things will tell you what needs to be worked on, where you were missing damage, where you were missing healing. Not that it's anybody's fault, but that's coordination. That's being near each other. It's not that your healer wasn't healing or somebody wasn't doing damage. You're not coming together to direct that damage at the right spot. So it just takes that teamwork. And DSG come out the stronger team on this match. All the teams that have lost today are just going to the lower bracket, and we will still see them playing tomorrow.
But this is a team that DSG are a team that could be target banned in the future against teams that have more flexible striker pools. I mean, you saw their Panther throwaway ban. They want every option possible. But what a nice win for DSG to get them a few more matches, a few more lives in our bracket. But they're guaranteed, I believe, to face either China or Japan coming up. And that's going to possibly be a humbling experience.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. What a great match between them. And like you said, with such limited time on both sides, we still got to see a good match. And DSG, I think, overall, it was the teamwork. Like, the fact that they were hip and hip really worked. It may not work against other teams because you're just going to get AoE'd to death, but here, the buddy system was great.
And they've been buddies for years. So, like, they didn't have to come to this event and build chemistry and kind of figure out each other's styles or to get to know each other. You know, they've been friends for probably a decade plus on different teams, on same teams. And for DSG to have a win, it was very surprising, but also a well-welcomed win for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Hydron?
Easy MVP for me.
That Aquila was scary.
Yeah, I know Speedily kind of took it with the Tricera last time, but he was also the objective player, and you got to applaud the heaviest and slowest striker getting all the key capture or uploads there. But Hydron, I think, got to free fire a lot, so
yeah,
getting the confidence to also Aquila away from your heavy strikers is also a different style from him.
Absolutely. And seeing another Karab sinkhole, that was really awesome to get. Team Liquid feeling like they'd be comfortable there. I think this was the first fight. Getting Welkin banned on that might have been what they wanted to use. You're not really able to cap the points, and it seemed like that idea was already thought of by DSG. We take out the main box cap, and then they have to figure out what to do.
And we went to 2 maps that require, I feel like, the most organization in terms of rotations.
Exactly.
Around getting the keys, around how do you deal with the triple cap? Do you focus the center of the map? Do you try to capture the points
The pain
around?
of death timers.
The death timers, DSG, I think they went back to what they know best, which was fragging out. I think fragging crosses all barriers of games, and DSG fell back to what they know best. So Hydron showed us how it's done.
1.4. I'm rounding up on that. It's a 9. 1.4 milli.